we would like to find the Lim Sup of the sequence ck equals 1, -1, 1/2, -1, 1/3, -1, etc. So the next few terms would be 1/4, and then -1, and then 1/5, and then -1, etc. So we would like to know the Lim Sup of ck as k goes to infinity. So this sequence does not have a limit. The limit of the sequence ck does not exist because we have a subsequence of the form -1, -1, -1, etc., whose limit is simply -1. And then we have another subsequence, 1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, etc., whose limit is 0. So there's not a particular limit to this sequence, so the ordinary limit does not exist. So the Lim Sup, or limit superior, is the largest limit of the subsequences. So any subsequence that you can imagine from this sequence, you consider its limit, and then you take the largest of those limits. So, and we will only want to consider subsequences which have limits that exist. And I think there's really only two main subsequences here of this sequence that have limits that exist. Of course, you can make variations of these, technically infinitely many of them. You could start with -1, -1, -1, and then go to 1/4, 1/5, etc. But that's essentially the same as this sequence: 1, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, etc. So these are the main two subsequences to look at, and this one has a limit of -1, and this one has a limit of 0. And then the Lim Sup is the largest of these limits. Well, 0 is larger than -1, so the Lim Sup is 0. That's the largest limit of any subsequence here.